Few poets have ever achieved the level of acclaim that Ezra Pound has reached, often considered one of, if not the greatest poet of all time. With the rise of fascism in Europe, Pound became entwined with the ideology. Later in his life, a cult was created around Ezra Pound, a cult who worshipped him as an unquestioned leader. George Lincoln Rockwell would attend one of these cult meetings with his wife. It was held at a bookstore named Make It New, owned by a minor far-right leader and Klansman named John Casper. The bookstore was filled with books, poetry, and various writings, mostly by Ezra Pound, but featured others. Rockwell would describe what took place at one of these meetings in his book titled This Time the World.
I became friendly with this unknown John Casper, and he often stayed at our home in Vienna, Virginia. He ran a tiny right-wing bookstore in Georgetown, which I was frequented by bohemian, set of oddballs, dopists, poets, and patriots. We confessed to each other our dedication to Adolf Hitler, whom he called the Saint, but he had an even greater love, Ezra Pound, the famous poet and broadcaster for Mussolini who was locked up as a nut in St. Elizabeth's. John Casper led a circle of worshipful admirers whom sat at the master's feet there, in the ward full of raving madmen. I attended one of these sessions with my wife one Sunday, and it was an unbelievable afternoon. There was a barefoot lunatic pacing up and down beside the group seated around Pound, silently giving hell to an invisible companion. There was another man crouched in eternal terror in a windowsill, and still others giving the most threatening looks. Meanwhile, the group was at the feet of Ezra, who wore shorts, sandals, a lout shirt, and a beard. They included a lady dope fiend, an artist, a beatnik who said he was a poet, John Casper's hefty blonde girlfriend, Nora Devereaux John Casper, Pound's almost silent wife, and I,